And then I'm gonna, Eyshe, I'm gonna make you also host. I'm gonna be here in the background, but if you can keep an eye on that, then this way I can do what I need to do.
Yeah. Focus on what you got to do.
Yep, and you have the hosting duties.
Good.
And I'll come back and assign it closer to the end of class, and you will reassign it to me just so we have everything going. But Eyshe, the floor is yours.
Dank. Gut, und Glikl ist mit uns. Shalom Aleichem. Never been the host before. It's kind of exciting. I have a lot of power now. This is good. Das heißt es, so Glikl ist noch was rein und Łाשער wird Lily kommen. Let's see. Because the reason I'm thinking about who's going to come is because I have a question to ask you guys. And whoever's not here just won't get a say in it, I guess. Which is, I'm going to be out of the country the first 2 weeks of March, which is fine. I'm going to teach from where I'm going to be, which is actually the Dead Sea. But I'm going to teach from there. But then I would come back on a Thursday, March 16th. So we need to reschedule our Thursday class for that day in March. I was thinking, obviously, I'm happy to hear what time works best for you guys. I won't have any classes or any responsibilities during that time, so it could truly be any time of the day. But I'm thinking, Carrie had brought up maybe Friday morning, the day after, or we could do a different time earlier in the week. It's up to you. Just what do you guys think?
Because I'm working from home on the Thursdays and Fridays. So Monday through Wednesday wouldn't be a good idea for me because we're gonna look strangely on me if I all of a sudden start connecting.
Sure. So would Friday morning work?
Friday morning.
If you could make it closer to noon, would it be? Because also I could say I'm going for lunch.
I think that could work. I'll have to double check with Carrie, but we could do. Jean, what would your ideal time be for your work schedule on Friday? Like if you had to
Friday, I would say something. It could 11, 12.
11 to noon.
Halb 11, half
12.
11:30 is for me.
1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock.
Okay, good. So Glikl, what were you saying?
Ich darf kein eins, aber Mahjong.
Okay, good.
This is in the building. It's just nicht sehr far, but 11:30, Jean?
Oh, 11:30 is good. It's good.
Mark, what about you?
Yeah, so for me, it doesn't matter because the funny thing is I will be in Israel the last 2 weeks in March.
Oh, good.
And I'll be leaving. I think, what day did you say you're coming back, Eyshe?
March 16th.
Yeah, that's the day I'm leaving.
You're going to Israel?
Yeah.
So, I pass each other in the airport.
We're gonna miss each other.
Oh, that's cool.
No good. Okay, so, well, let's do this then. Let's plan. Lass mir planieren, als wir werden sich treffen, 11:30, Freitag, dem 17. Oh, I hate that word. The 17th, half Yiddish, dem 17. March. Yeah, so that's the 17th of March. We're gonna meet 11:30.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's the only class that should have to change. And then, as we discussed, I think earlier, I will get a new class schedule for the spring quarter. So my brain just went away from me for a moment. I'll get a new class schedule for the spring quarter soonish, and I'm hoping to schedule things around so we can return to our original time of the course, because I know that's the best for everyone. Aber nur gut, genug schon mit die alle Planierungen. Wir kennen zurück unser יידיש. Das heißt, es es wird sein, wir sind ein bisschen kleiner, wie gewöhnlich. Wir haben nur uns 1, 2, 4 Menschen. Und ich meine, dass wir wollen schmusen ein bisschen, wir wollen arbeiten, was mehr auf Lernen und Verstehen, die Grammatik, was wir haben in Berale. Sei möglich, ob es ein bisschen nudner, was wir arbeiten, so schwer auf Berale, aber mein Ziel, was ist das Ziel? Der Ziel, was ist das Ziel?
Goal?
Mein Goal. Gut. Mein Ziel mit Berale ist, dass wir sollten haben ein besserer Verstand. Was ist der Verstand? Der Verstand.
Understanding.
Understanding. Gut. Nicht nur in der geschriebenen Sprache, aber euch eine Flüssigkeit mit dem Reden und euch mit dem Lernen und euch als mir, für mir ist das ein guter Öfen zu reden wegen Grammatik, weil wir können gehen rein in die alle Peachifkes. Was ist ein Peachifke? Damit zu gedenkt?
Curiosity.
Ja, die alle small little details, die kleine Plotti.
Teachers, small.
Yeah, this is, for me, it's a good way to kind of take time and go through certain things that in a systematic kind of teaching of grammar we might miss because some students actually don't know what they don't know because they haven't read it. Nu, okay, das heißt es, Heinz, wir wollen schmusen, wir wollen lernen ein bisschen weiter und danach nu, du kannst fragen, was du willst und ich bin frei zu reden wegen was du willst, das ist mir nicht so wichtig. So, unser Plan, Heinz, ist ein bisschen frei. Von deswegen. Gut, okay. Efter, Mark, was machst du? Was ist dir nahe? Was herzig?
Mir ist gut. Aber mein Weib hat gearbeitet sehr schwer. Sie ist sehr vernehmen. Sie hatte einen Klient in London. Sie müsste unheben zu arbeiten 6 Zeiger in der Früh.
Ja, sehr früh.
Das ist Mittag in London.
Ja.
So, ich hab dich lieb.
Was Rachmunis? Hast du Rachmunis auf der Bab? Rachmunis is pity.
Right, yeah. Ich darf arbeiten in Heim, you know. I don't know, doing dishes, stuff like that.
Good, okay, good, we can, good. So, doing the dishes?
Was tut
dann, was tut sie?
Oh, sie is like a consultant. Was it Geschäft Administratia, something like that.
Yep. Gut, aber das heißt, dass sie weckt sich auf sehr früh.
Which store?
Oh, well, business in general.
Okay.
Gut. Das heißt, dass sie weckt sich auf sehr früh und du willst weiter schlafen, weil du hast arbeiten daheim und ja. Und du kommst dafür zu Machloikis. Was ist Machloikis? Damit du weißt, was das heißt, Machloikis, das Machloikis. Das Machloikis. Ich habe es geschrieben, oder was? Das Machloikis. Comes from Hebrew. Machloikis means like a spat, like an argument, like it can be difference of opinion all the way to like full-on brawl. It doesn't necessarily have a lighter or heavier meaning. It just depends on context, but it means like a argument, tension, difference, whatever, trouble, fights, machloikis. It's just some sort of confrontation. Machloikis. Das Machloikis. Ja, und gut. Und Mark, beschaffst du hast gerät, habe ich geschrieben, nur ein paar Bemerkungen. Is if in Yiddish you want to say so, right? Like a filler word. You want to say like so.
Aza? No.
Nein. So Aza, so okay. Aza, was heißt Aza?
I think it's a so.
It's just like such a something.
Such. Azai is a such.
Azoi,
yeah.
Azoi is good. This is,
Azoi is not the best word in Yiddish for like a filler.
Oh.
So azoi means a different kind of so, right? So in English, if I said it's just like so or something to that effect, that would be azoi. That's azoi. However, if I wanted to do like a filler, like I'm changing sentences, I'm thinking, or like in English, we say, oh, that happened, so, and like you kind of like go to your next thought. In Yiddish, it's is.
Oh, is.
is.
Like is.
Like is, except it's a different word, It's not the conjugation of sein. It's just a filler word that people use that means so. So is. So oftentimes people will begin sentences with is, like this.
And you can use it for like is sein, but you can use it for multiple and single, referring to. Okay, that's fine. No, it's completely different thing.
So it's not the same word.
It's not the same word. I got it.
Not the same word, right? So it looks the same.
Yeah,
it looks the same. It's written the same, but they're just homophones.
Yeah, gotcha.
And so maybe once upon a time they were related, but nowadays they're different. So anytime you want to say so or have a filler in Yiddish, is a good word to use. So I'll give some examples. If I'm starting a sentence and I want to say so or something to that effect, I can go is gegangen. You know what I mean? I can start with is, and that means so. Or in the middle of a sentence, I can say is gegangen is zum Markt und is Łädär. That is fills that gap that you would usually have with so in English. Of course, we also have this word new, which bears some talking about.
It's like a filler too. I think I know. New, and you start saying whatever you want.
New can have a meaning all the way from a filler word up to entire sentences. New has a lot of meanings. It's kind of more of a cultural idea. New has more to do with the fact as it can be banal. It can mean like, of course, I didn't know that. New. It just depends kind of how you say it. So new, like it could be a question. It can be sort of a, whatever it is. But then, that also can fill the role as a so in certain contexts. For example, I can say, ist gegangen zum Markt, nu hat gekauft Bulbes. So he went to the market and so new, what do you expect? He bought a couple potatoes. That new can also fill that role.
One quick thing about new, because you probably don't know about it, and nobody else knows about it who haven't lived in the former Soviet Union or Russia. Basically, when you're talking to a person in Russian and somebody would say, start the sentence with a new, we would probably guess you're Jewish, because only the Jews we were doing it back over.
It's a very Jewish, it's a very Jewish sort of sensibility, this idea of new, with all these different ideas. It's a great word. If you haven't incorporated it to your vocabulary, I recommend it. I incorporated it so much into my Yiddish vocabulary that I now say it in English all the time, even to people who have no idea what I'm saying. And I'll probably never get rid of it.
One quick question. You said about the filler words, and there is a very famous filler word, a sentence, which all the Jews are using is oive or zochenve. So basically, what exactly it stands for, literally?
Achenve? I know what achenve means. Achenve? Like achenve is like it's like you're like a complain, like.
No, I know it's complain, but literally that doesn't have any. I know what it means, but
So let's dive into these words real fast, and then I'll go to some other things. So oi, of course, is the Yiddish exclamation, right? So any kind of way you use o. Oy vey, of course, is like woe is me. Oh no, damn, rats. Oy vey, or oh no, I'm so sorry to hear that. Oy vey, you know what I mean? However, Yiddish also has a term, nעבעך. Nעבעך. Who here knows what nעבעך means? It sounds like everyone knows what nעבעך means.
Or bad, nעבעך.
yeah, nעבעך is kind of like oive in the sense that it has the idea of pity. It's like oi nעבעך, I'm sorry to hear that. Oi nעבעך. So if you hear bad news, you might say oi nעבעך. However, nעבעך is interesting because it can also be used in your sentences. So for example, if you want to say he was unfortunately not available, you can say is nעבעך nicht gewesen frei. You can use nעבעך in your sentences as a synonym for unfortunately. Although there is another word for unfortunately in Yiddish, which is Ɂעדר. Łעדער means unfortunately. Łעדער. And then of course you have ach, which means like ugh. That's ach. And then in certain dialects of Yiddish, particularly dialects of Yiddish spoken in Ukraine, Bessarabia, and southern Poland, it became och. You might have heard och.
Yeah, och. Yeah.
Both are fine, but it stems back to this word ach. So ach, oi, or oyach, or oich ve, or something to that effect. It all comes from this word ach. And these are just fillers you can use to kind of make your Yiddish sound more alive. I also wanted to call attention to this word Glikl used, which is a great word. I wrote it at the top of the chat. Rachmones Łעבן. And it takes the preposition af. So it's Rachmones Łעבן af emetsen. Af emetsen. So ich hab Rachmones af mein Freund. I pity or I sympathize with my friend. I'm merciful to my friend. Or you can say like hot Rachmones af mir, have mercy on me.
There is a song, famous song like Papyrosen, a Kaufen Papyrosen, we have Hop Rachmones zu mir. You know the song?
Yeah, I do. Papyrosen.
Yeah, it's a very famous song, very famous.
This is a very lead. Good. And das ist Rachmones Łעבן. Mark, you said you didn't know how to say wash the dishes in Yiddish. I'm here to help with that. Washing the dishes in Yiddish, I wrote it. It's the third one down in the chat. That's Łאַשן די כלים. Łאַשן די כלים. Die kלים.
Oh, Łאַשן די.
Here, I'll write it again.
Dishes is like kלים.
The kלים.
Not tailor.
So
tailor is a plate. Okay.
So kלים comes from Hebrew. It means dishes, plates. It can mean anything. China, kלים. It means instruments, plates, whatever.
Okay.
Kלים. The things you use in your kitchen. Of note is that this word clay, which means instrument, literally, is also the root of the word klezmer. So a klezmer musician comes from klezmer, or the instrument of music, in Hebrew, klezmer, or instrument of a tune, and that's where you get klezmer from. But it also means things you use in your kitchen. So Łאַשן די כלים means to wash your dishes. And then I noticed someone had said witch without using the Yiddish word. For those that might not be aware, the word for witch in Yiddish is Łאָסער. Łאָסער. And pay attention to Łאָסער. Łאָסער only gets inflected in the plural. So it doesn't change for gender and it doesn't change for case. It only changes for singular and plural. So Łאָסער whatever, and then if it's plural, Βאָסערע whatever. Can you guys name other words that work like this, that don't decline for gender or for case, but only decline for number? Do you guys know them? Sure. I think you do, but you don't know that you know them.
For sure.
So another example is all possessive adjectives like mine. So they don't decline for adjectives for number or gender. Sorry, for gender or case, they only decline for number. So it's mein Weib, mein Tisch, mein Fenster, mein Buch, mein Mann, mein Heft. It's always mine. And then when it's plural, does it get a 9 at the end? So meine. So then you get meine Weiber, meine Tischen, meine Heften, meine Bücher, meine Männer, was soll es sein? So that also works the same way, and that's true for all possessive adjectives. So mein, dein, sein, ihr, uns, unser, ihr, and zeir. Another word that works like this is ander. So ander is the same for all genders and all cases. So, in ander Mensch, in ander Tisch, in ander Fenster, in ander Buch, in ander Heft, was es soll sein. And then in the plural, it becomes andere Tischen, andere Bücher, andere Männer, andere Weiber, andere, was, ja, und sie geht weiter. Okay, gut. Das alles ist gewähnt von Marx Entfer. Dank, Mark. Efter Glikl, was machst du?
Okay. Es gibt eine gute Woche. Ich rede von der Homework, wie sagt man da?
Die Heimarbeit.
De Heimarbeit.
Mhm.
Ich hab gehört, Chava Turniaski.
Turniansky, ja.
Sie hat gerät wegen der Zeit in Mexiko.
Mhm.
Sie ist gewesen eine jiddische Frau in Mexiko.
Mhm.
Es ist gewesen sehr interessant zu hören. Sie redet Gitter Yiddish, sehr Gitter Yiddish. Habe getan das. Und ich habe gearbeitet schwer von Berale.
Gut.
Es ist sehr schwer für mich zu lernen. Das ist wie sagt man ein Goal? Das gesagt,
Das ist ein Ziel.
Ein Ziel. Das ist mein Ziel. Aber gehört deine Recording. Es ist gewesen sehr gut. Aber andere von das ist ausgewählt gut bei mir. Es ist man kann nicht complaining. Es wäre eine gute Woche.
Gut, okay, eine Sache wegen was wir können reden. Gut, okay, so, okay, gut. Nu, anheben und zu heben mit dem, was du hast gesagt wegen Turniansky. Ja, Chava Turniansky ist eine wunderliche Frau. Ich weiß nicht, der Video, was ich euch geschickt, ist gewesen ein Interview von Chava Turniansky. Sie ist jetzt ein Professor Emerite von der Hebräischen Universität in Jerusalem, wo sie ist gewesen der Hauptsitzer von Yiddish talmidim. Sie ist euch eine von die Weltmeivonim von free jiddischer Literatur.
Oh.
Ist es, sie arbeitet mit der jiddischen Literatur von dem 6. Jahrhundert bis zum 18., 19. Jahrhundert. Ja, das heißt, sie ist gewesen die Übersetzerin von Glikl of Hameln's memoirs, if you guys are familiar with Glikl. I'll write her name in the chat. Glikl of Hameln.
Sie wohnt jetzt in Israel? Sie wohnt jetzt?
In Israel? Ja, sie wohnt schon noch als in Israel. Ja, sie wohnt noch als in Israel. Sie führt euch die jiddische Sprachprogramm bei der Tel Aviv Universität euch. Ja, sie ist eine große Frau, sie ist eine große Maven in jiddische Talmidim. Und sie hat euch, in dem 16. und 17. Jahrhundert hat gelebt eine Frau, was hat geheißen Glikl von Hameln. Sie ist gewesen eine Geschäftsfrau. Sie ist gewesen der Führer von verschiedenen Geschäften. Und sie hat euch gehabt als Kinder und sie hat euch durchgelebt die Magefes in Deutschland, in der Ort Kufe. Was ist eine Magefe? A Magefe is a pandemic. Yeah, or an epidemic. Any wave of illness is a Magefe. Yeah, so it can be used both for pan and endemics.
Was ist der Nomen? Was ist wie sagt man, what is her name again?
You say wie heißt sie or
was
ist der Name?
Yeah. What is the Nomen?
Ihr Nomen or wie heißt sie? Yeah, good. Glikl. I wrote it in the chat. Glikl.
Oh, Glikl.
Yeah, sie heißt Glikl. Actually, I think you can see a poster in my advisor's office. One second, I'm going to see if I can get my camera near it. There she is. Do you guys see her with the thing around her neck?
Oh.
Ja, that's Glikl. Sie ist eine wichtige Frau, nicht nur zu lieb dem, was sie ist gewesen, eine jüdische Frau und eine Geschäftsführer und sie ist gewesen, sie hat euch durchgelebt, das sagt man Gefes, aber euch, weil sie ist gewesen, der erste Schreiber in der ganzen jiddischen Literatur zu schreiben ein Buch von autobiografischer Zikroines. Yeah. So she is the first person, not just first woman, but first person, first Jewish person to write a book of her autobiographical memoirs in Jewish history.
Really? The erste?
Der erste. That we know of. There might have been others, but as far as we can tell, she's the first. And that's so she's it's a fascinating book. Sie hat geschrieben ein ganzes Buch wegen ihr Leben und euch wegen und das ist Tage auf Yiddish. Ja, sie hat es geschrieben auf Yiddish und es ist gewesen Chava Turniansky, wer hat das übergesetzt auf Englisch.
Oh.
Und Turniansky hat nur was rausgegeben, ihr neue Übersetzung von Glikls Leben. Es ist sehr schön.
Das ist sehr gut.
Ja, gut. So, ob du hast Geschick noch zu suchen, Gita Proof in Google mit Glikl auf Hameln und du kannst lernen das Sache. Okay, gut. Ja, so ich bin zufrieden, was du hast zugehört zum Video. Ja, ob mir will sagen, look at or watch. Watch a TV show, watch a movie, gucken auf or ungucken auf. Both are fine. Yeah, so you can say ich guck on auf a film or ich guck auf a film. Both are good, and they mean to watch. Yeah, Derike auf. Yeah, so it's gucken auf a film, gucken auf TV. What does other sign? If you want to say to listen, it's zuhören sich. Zuhören sich. So Gito, if you wanted to say I listened to Turniansky's interview, you can say ich hab sich zugehört zu Turniansky's interview. Ja, ich hab sich zugehört.
Zugehört. Ich hab zugehört.
Gut.
Okay, ich hab zugehört.
Zu, ja, so zwei Zus, ja. Ich hab zugehört zu.
Zu, oh, zu Chava Turniansky. How do you say I listened to her? Ear?
Always ear. Her is ear. Yeah.
Okay, ear.
Yeah. For possessives, you know, if it's not an object but a possessive, it's ear.
Ear.
Yeah?
Okay.
Ear. So ear nomen, ear interview, ear booth.
Ear interview in Yiddish.
And then you said can't complain. Das is beklagen sich. Beklagen sich. So das heißt I can't complain is ich kann sich nicht beklagen.
Oh.
Ich kann sich nicht
beklagen.
Ich kann sich nicht beklagen. This is a great chance to use nu. Nu, ich kann sich nicht beklagen. Ja, oder so. Ja, und es ist eine gute Sache, was du hast gearbeitet auf Berale, weil ich bin ibergezeigt. Was heißt ibergezeigt? Ich bin ibergezeigt. Was heißt das?
Are you excited? Are you no?
Knowend, nicht der Rentner, aber knowend. Ja, ibergezeigt. Es hat zu tun mit meinem Moich und was ich tracht. Ich bin ibergezeigt. Gut, ibergezeigt heißt convinced. Ibergezeigt, convinced. The verb form of to convince is iberzeigen. Means to convince someone, and iber is a separable prefix. Yeah, so I convince him. Ich zeige ihm iber. Yeah, I convince him. The iber pops up. Good. So ibergezeigt means convinced. So ich bin ibergezeigt als Leonin. A viele wenn es ist schwer. Es ist eine von die beste Euphonien zu verbessern unser Yiddish. Ja, eine von die beste Euphonien, was man kennt heute. Oh, das ist euch ein gut Wort. Der Eufen. Was ist ein Eufen? Der Eufen.
Ofen?
Wait, 1 Sekunde. Ich habe es.
Yes. Oven is open. Oft. No, oft.
Nein, Eufen, der Eufen. Sie kommt von Hebräisch.
Oh,
Das ist
no,
ein hebräisches Wort. Der Eufen. Was ist ein Eufen? It's a way or a manner of doing something is an Eufen. And the plural is oifanim. Oifanim. And that is a way or a manner of doing something. Way or manner. So,
In Yiddish, would you say it's a vague, sitin, a vague?
a veg can often be a synonym for oifen,
Mm.
except when you want to use oifen to mean manner of doing something.
Oh,
Yeah.
manner.
So veg and oifen can be synonyms in the sense they can both mean way. But I do want to issue a caution that veg, while it can be abstract, also can be physical, actual path, as a veg.
Vague.
Whereas an oifen cannot be a physical way. It's
It's
just
only
an
abstract,
way or manner,
Mhm.
So whereas a veg could be a gas or something to that effect, an oifen cannot be.
Okay.
So it's der oifen, die oifanim.
Mm.
So when I said eine von die beste oifanim zu verbessern unser Yiddish. So one of the best ways to improve our Yiddish is to read. Es ist wie Englisch. Es ist wie jede Sprache in der Welt. Für alle Sprachen in der Welt, wir dürfen lernen. Oder tun etwas mit der Sprache. Gut, okay. A Dank, Glikl. Sei Michael, was ich habe geschrieben, eine Sache, aber ich hoffe, es ist gut. Okay, Genele, was machst du?
Okay. Das ist sehr gut. Ich habe einen guten Woche und ich habe gehabt die Shabbat in mein Haus letzte Woche.
Mhm.
Meine Mama, Tate, Inga, Schwester und meine zwei Eltern sind gekommen zu mein Haus, Likovit Shabbat.
Sehr gut. Lekovit Shabbos.
Likovit Shabbat.
Yo, Genele.
Yeah, say it correctly. Okay.
Yo, Genele, that phrase Lekovit is such a wonderful phrase. Great word. Lekovit. Lekovit. Was heißt Lekovit?
In honor.
In honor of, or at the occasion of, or to the, Lekovit. It means literally to the honor of. Good. Lekovit.
Ich und mein Weib kocht schöne Łা̈টשערע.
Gut, a schöne Łעטשערע. Gut, sehr schön.
Schöne Łעטשערע. Wir haben Hunter Suppe mit Knädlach.
Gut, sehr schön, sehr schön.
Essigfleisch und Schont.
Cholent, ja, gut, sehr schön, gut.
Essigfleisch und Schont und heimgemachten Lachs.
Gut, sehr gut, sehr gut. Ja, also jetzt bin ich hungrig, ja.
Okay. Meine Schwester hat gebringt a Kugel. Mein Tate und Mama haben gemacht Reusen und Nieslach Strudel.
Ja, little nuts, ja, Nieslach.
Nieslach Strudel. Mein Weib, Eltern haben bekommen a gute Flasch von süß-koscher Wein.
Sehr gut. Ja, gut, a Fläschel.
Süß-koscher Wein. Das Wein Das Wein ist gewesen italienische Moscato Vino.
Gut, sehr gut.
Wein, not Vino. Vino ist alles.
Und wenn wir reden wegen Italien, no, Vino.
Vino, ja. Oh, okay. My son is gespielt und gesungen Tumbalalaika zu allem Mitspucha.
Gut, sehr gut, sehr fein.
Okay, what else can I say? Oh, das ist gewesen a Gitter oven for a Morgen und Hart.
Sehr gut. Danke. Das ist sehr fein. Also ich habe geschrieben ein paar Bemerkungen, was ich habe gehört. Beschass, du hast geredet. As sehr fein. The COVID, I'm sorry I got so excited when I heard the COVID, but as a Yiddish teacher, when people use really beautiful prepositions, I get excited. So the COVID is a wonderful one in honor of or good for the COVID. Then I know you know this, but or maybe you don't. I just want to make sure. Is that you said Kuchen, which is fine because I know you're pronouncing Yiddish, the accent you know. But I want to make sure you know that it's spelt with a kometz aleph. So kochen in standard Yiddish. In some dialects, kuchen. Yeah, so Glikl would say kuchen. You might say kuchen, but I just want you to know that it's spelt with a kometz aleph.
I think I would say kochen. I would say kochen.
Oh, you say kochen? Okay, well, new goods. Let me not speak for you, Glikl, then. But yeah, at least I want you to know that it's spelled with a kometz aleph. So it's kochen. Kochen. Gut, die Łätschärע. Was ist Łätschärע?
Łätschärע is a dinner.
It's dinner. Gut, es ist dinner. Łätschärע. Du hast gerade wegen Schuld. Okay. Du hast gesagt, hat gebringt, which is almost the past participle of bringen. For bringen, you have two possibilities. It can be hat gebracht or hat gebringt. Hat gebringt. Both are fine, but bringt is not one of them. So just so you know, for future conjugations, gebracht or gebringt, they're both fine. I corrected flash to fleshel because a fleshel is really a bottle of wine. You know, a fleshel is really a bottle of wine. A flash is bigger. You know, it's more of kind of it's more liquid. Usually the term in Yiddish for a bottle of wine is a fleshel wine. A fleshel wine. Good. And then gedenk, as with spielen und singen in der vergangene Zeit, you know, that means in the past tense, it takes Łaָbן. Yeah? So hat gespielt, and then pay attention to the vowel, hat gesungen. But I know you might have said gesingen because that's part of your accent, which is fine. I'm not trying to correct that. I just want you to know that the past participle is spelt with a vav. Yeah. So gesungen in standard Yiddish, Glikl would definitely say gesingen, right? In the past tense. Yeah. And then you might also say gesingen, but I'm just letting you know that it's spelt with a vav. And then just the last very tiny thing is that oven is masculine. So that means if you want to say it was a good evening, es is given a guter oven. Also hat an Einreich, guter oven. Yeah, because it's masculine. This is masculine. Guter oven. Gut. Sehr fein. Sehr fein. Okay. Sollen wir rüber zu Berale jetzt? Ja? Gut. Eine Sekunde. Okay, Otto soll. Oh, and just a warning, I might have to go right at 4:30.
Oh, okay.
Just because I have another meeting right after this. Aber nur gut. Okay. So we stopped. Wir haben sich abgestellt. Oh, let me turn it to the side. Wir haben sich abgestellt auf Allein der praktische. Ja, das ist, wo wir haben sich aufgestellt. Ich meine,
Where are we? Let's see.
I think we stopped right here. Right here. So it was where Berale's friends, they said to him, Berale, genug zu arbeiten für andere, genug zu denken und zu streben und zu Sachen, was man kann nicht erbrechen. Russland, das Russland, vor wem Hunderter, Tausender haben weggegeben, sehr leben, wird keinmal frei nicht werden. Hör auf zu holmen wegen Voren zurück. Bleib in Amerika, wer mit Leuten gleich. Amerika gibt dir alle Freiheiten. Amerika ist euer Land, der praktische. Then we have the rest. I'll just go ahead and read the rest of this paragraph so we can move on to the next kind of part of the story. So he says, Geh arbeiten, spor op ein paar Dollar und geh allein in Geschäft. Was heißt das?
He said that
Go work.
Good, go work.
you could go work and save a little money.
Then
in
like
the store.
go into business yourself or something.
Yeah, go into business yourself. Exactly right. Allein in Geschäft.
Make some money.
Yeah, make more money. Bist der Mensch energischer. Wenn du wirst für dein Geschäft soll ihr weggeben dein Herz und eine Schomme, wie du hast in Russland weggegeben für einen Bund, wirst du werden reich und sein glücklich. Anyone want to summarize that part?
Well, I think he said that if he works as hard here in America as he would in Russia, and he would give his life for the Bund as much work as hard for the here as he would do for the Bund, then he would be happy. He would Glikl. He would be rich and happy.
In ganzen Gito, sehr schön. Ja, as a viele wenn, ja, hat gesagt, dass dein Herz und eine Schomme, wie du hast in Russland weggegeben für einen Bund. Was ist der Bund?
Bund? It's
Yeah,
a
what's-
Jewish party, Jewish socialist party in the beginning of the 20th century, in the end of 19th, beginning of the 20th century, in Russia, Poland, yeah, in Russia and Poland.
Good. Yeah, it was founded in
97, I believe.
18, exactly correct. Again, a lot. Great. It was founded in 1890. No, that's great. It was
I'm
founded
good
in
about my Yiddish Geschichte.
Yeah, it was founded in 1897 and it was called the Jewish Labor Bund of Poland, Russia, and Lithuania. Oh, they're what is it? Der Vereinigter Jiddischer Arbeitbund in Poland, Russland und Litauen.
Poland, Russland and Litauen. Yeah.
Ja. Und das ist für was Berale ist gewesen in Sibir. Wo ist Sibir? Was ist Sibir?
Was Sibir? Sibir is a region in Russia, which
Right.
is west of Ural Mountains.
Yeah, Siberia. Yeah, good.
I never been there. So even though I was born in Russia, I never been there.
Ja, als aber Berale ist ja gewesen da, weil ist gewesen in a Lager von der zarischen Regierung, zu dem, was ist gewesen ein Mitglied von einem Bund. Ja, was dort, wie Glikl hat gesagt, ist gewesen eine sozialistische Partei in Polen, Russland, in der russischen Imperium. Lass mich sagen.
Yeah.
Gut, okay. Aber da in Amerika darf sein ein Kapitalist, wie sie sagen. Ja, also darf arbeiten gehen in Geschäft. This is maybe an important word you may or may not know. Was heißt Arufarbeiten? Arufarbeiten. Was heißt Arufarbeiten?
Something is work, but what?
Rufa.
Yeah, it says to pull oneself up by the bootstraps. Yeah, Arufarbeiten, to work your way up in the world, basically. It's a very sort of, there's a lot of Jewish comedy in the 20s and 30s about this word in Yiddish. because it was seen as a very sort of like American idea, a Ruf arbeiten, you know. And das ist was sie sagen, ja, als seine Freund sagen, als darf gehen in Geschäften arbeiten, ja. Then we have this next part. Efshe Genele, would you want to read the next
Oh
sentence?
yeah, for sure. So here, okay.
Do you
When
need to-
Berale, when Berale flagged,
Mhm.
haben die praktische
Mhm.
Rede
Mhm.
von seiner Amolike,
Mhm.
von seiner Amolike Habrim.
Das ist Chaverim.
Haver.
Mhm.
Sorry.
No, no.
Haverim plagued. Haverim plagued the culture Schweim. Bodeken zijn Kerfer.
Good. Sehr schön. Lass mich auch chillen da. So, sehr schön. So, wenn Berale pflegt Herren die praktische Rede von seinen amolike Chaverim. Was heißt amolike Chaverim?
His old friends.
His was gito?
Old friends.
His old friends, yeah, his prior friends, exactly. Yeah. So when he used to hear such practical talk from his old friends, a cold sweat, a kalter Schweiß, like bedecken. Was heißt bedecken?
Like covering.
Yeah, to cover. Yeah, bedecken, to cover. Used to cover bedecken sein Körper. Was ist a Körper?
Body. His
Yeah.
body.
Kalter Schweiß hat bedeckt sein Körper. Und der noch dem, Genele, do you want to do this last sentence?
Yeah, for sure. Sorry.
Nein, es ist schwer.
Geendik.
Gut.
Geendik.
Weggehen.
Geendik von sie fällt zu.
Oh, this is a typo. This should say flagged.
Zu flagged. Zu sich sorgen. Zu sich sorgen. Ich vor zu Brick kein Russland. Ich komme zu Russland. Ich will dorten und von Anfangen als von das nee.
Sehr gut. Danke. So, was heißt weggehendig?
Like walking away or something.
Good. Yeah, I'm gonna zoom in kind of far on this word here so you can see what I'm writing. So in this word, weggehendig, we see here the first part of the, right? Weggehen. Yeah, just kind of the first part of the infinitive, you can recognize it. When in Yiddish, or I guess this is technically the infinitive, although they added a 9, weggehen, right? When in Yiddish you add a dik, this suffix here, to the infinitive form. So when it goes from a weggehen to a weggehen dik, when it goes from leyen to leyen and dik, schlofen dik, schreiben dik, it creates the present continuous or the ing ending in English. So it's ing.
It's English version of Yiddish.
So a weggehen means to go away. weggehendig means going away.
Going away.
Going away. And it's usually used to express simultaneity. So for example, I might say, schlafendig hab ich sich bewegt. So while I was sleeping, I moved, or something to that effect. Or, weggehendig von Zimmer hab ich gehört a Tummel. So going out of the room, I heard a noise. It's usually used for some sort of simultaneity. So the simultaneity here is weggehendig von zij. So while going away from them or leaving them, he used to say to himself, pflegt zu sich sagen, ich will zurück in Russland. Ich will dorten anfangen als von das Nei. Was heißt als von das Nei? This is an important idiom in Yiddish. Als
All new?
das Nei.
All
Yeah.
new?
Sounds like.
Yeah.
As if it means basically from the very beginning. I'm going to do it all over.
Oh,
So all over again.
Oh.
Als von Snai. Als von das Nei. Says do it all over again.
what is the word right before that?
So this is an older Yiddish word that's not used much anymore. It's mainly not used much anymore because it's seen as a German word, and it's a synonym for onheben.
Like to begin?
To begin.
Again from the beginning?
Otazoi, yeah. To
On-
begin. Anfangen. Anfangen.
Oh,
It comes from German anfangen, and it means to begin.
Anfangen.
Most Yiddish speakers, especially nowadays, they prefer onheben.
Unheiben.
Yeah, onheben.
Unheiben. Unheiben or unheiben?
In your dialect, it would be onheiben. In mine, it would be onheben.
Unheiben.
Yeah, I'm closer to, unfortunately, I'm closer to a Litvak than you are. So I would say Haven, and you would say Haven.
Unheiben. Unheiben.
Yeah.
So your accent is a standard Ivo Yiddish or what?
With you guys, I speak completely standard Evo Yiddish. Yeah.
Evo.
Mhm.
Okay.
Which is a mixture of all three major dialects. So the three major dialects are Central or Polish, Southern or Ukrainian, and then Northern or Lithuanian or Litvak Yiddish. And Yivo is kind of like a middle ground between them. Now, to be clear, these are the three groups. There are way more dialects than just those three.
Oh yeah.
Those are the three groups.
Mhm.
Yivo is a middle ground between them that helps you access them. However, Yivo is closest to Litvak, the Litvish Yiddish. So when you guys hear me speak, it's closest to how a Litvak would talk, although not exactly how a Litvak would talk. My own dialect that I've cultivated over the years is based off where my family's from, in Ukraine, or what is now Ukraine. Good.
Which part of Ukraine?
Volhynia.
Volhynia. Okay, gotcha. Lutsk also?
No, they're from Ludmir, if you know it. Volodymyr Zelensky. Good. Okay. So
Because
yeah.
my family comes from Podolia and Bessarabia and
Oh, great.
Belarus.
Yeah, it's a shame.
I'm a Jewish man, so I will
Yeah.
come from Litvaks and Ukrainian.
Sehr schön. Good. Okay. So he's feeling, what's the word? You have a great word in Yiddish for it, which is der unmutig. He's feeling disenchanted maybe with his new American life after leaving Russia.
Mhm.
So let's see what happens. Glikl, du willst anheben?
Right. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Berale hat noch in Amerika zu kein Organisatie
Mhm.
nicht belongt.
Ja,
belongt. In der Věaser Stadt, New York,
Mhm.
hat noch als gelebt. Dus wat te kunlijke, ik weet niet dus wat.
Zeitweilig.
Was?
Zeitweilig.
Zeitweilig. Had nog als gehofft zu fahren, zurück, kein Russland. Should we translate that much or continue?
Good. Just for speed's sake, let's do this. If you have a specific question, ask me. If not, I'll have you read a little longer, and then you can summarize to me what you read.
Yeah. Amul flaked trachten, ja. Wo nicht in
Oib nicht in Russland.
Oif nicht in Russland is ich an andere
Land, ja, Land.
Andere Land.
In een ander land, ja.
Ander Land von Europa. Das andere Land von Europa. Abi in Käufen von Amerika.
Goed, dank. Sehr schön. So, a couple things I want to mention before we talk about what's happening here. So, just to kind of review what we mentioned earlier, notice that ander is not inflected for case or gender. So it's just ander. That's why it's not zu een anderen Land. It's just zu een ander Land. Ander Land. And then we have this great phrase here at the end with abi. Abi. Was heißt abi? Es kommt von Aramäisch. Es ist ein Aramäisch Wort. Abi.
Abi. Ich habe gehört, abi gesund. So,
and was heißt abi gesund?
So, that you should be well. Everything is good as long as you're well. Abi gesund.
So abi, good. So abi literally means in that case something to the. It's not as exact as this, but it's something to the effect of as long as.
As long as, okay.
So abi gesund, as long as you're healthy. Yeah, abi gesund, as long as you're healthy. Abi antläufen von Amerika means anything or as long as he can run from America.
Okay.
Or leave America.
Yeah,
antläufen. This is maybe a great moment before we have to close down for the day to talk about this word antläufen, because I think it'll help with our understanding of the Yiddish verb. So there are two parts of antläufen. Who can tell me the two parts, do you think? Yeah, exactly right. Yeah, ant and läufen. Yeah, was heißt läufen?
To run.
To run. Good, to run. Now, what does ant mean? Ant is a little more difficult. So ant can mean the opposite of whatever verb it's attached to. It can mean the opposite, or it can have the idea of an opposite direction. So a good example of it meaning an opposite is antdecken. So decken means to cover. Decken is to cover something. Antdecken is to uncover something. In this case, it's not meaning one, it's meaning two, in the opposite direction of something. So it doesn't mean the opposite of running, it means to run in the opposite direction. Antläufen, i.e. to flee somewhere. Antläufen. Good. Okay, unfortunately, it's 4:30 and I have to run to another meeting. But
Esha, don't forget, please, the other, unless I missed it, which forgive me, the date that you're going to be overseas?
Yeah, we talked about, yeah, that was the beginning. Yeah.
Oh, I missed that. I'm sorry.
No worries. So at the beginning, we decided it will be best if we could do 11:30 on Friday, if that's okay with you.
Yeah, that's
All right, just email me the date and I'll make sure to change it on the
and
calendar.
that's in March, yes?
Yeah,
Okay.
March 17th.
March 17th, yeah.
Also, I want to just give everyone a heads up, because I'm going to do this a little earlier, because some people in both classes may be going to Israel. I'm not sure about this class, but either way, re-enrollment for the next semester will be happening soon. So just want to give you guys a heads up.
Okay, sounds good.
All right, and then when Eyshe gets the homework to me, you'll get it.
Okay,
Good.
thank you.
Okay.
Dank,
Dank
u.
Eyshe.
Okay.
Dank.
Gloria, I'll see you in a little bit.
Yes.
All right,
Bye-bye.
bye.
Hi.
Thank you, sir.
Sei gesund,
Sei
auch.
gesund.